was 13. In my early 20s, I met my husband, and we lost some weight together and gained weight together.
Good afternoon. Spencer Denton here in the Way 31 Storm Center. I'm here along with Ari Sarsalari and with Isaac Williams as well. And it looks like it's going to be a long afternoon. Unfortunately, we have tornado warnings with potential, reports of a tornado on the ground near Tupelo, Mississippi. There has been signs of debris in the air on radar with these storms as they track north and east. Here's the red box right now. This is the tornado warning box. This is in Tupelo. And again, this is moving north of Fulton, Mississippi. The reason I'm on with you right now is because I think this storm is going to hold together, and we want to give folks there in northwest Alabama as much warning as possible. So if you live in Red Bay or along the state line there in Colbert County, Lauderdale County, or Franklin County, I want you to go ahead and prepare to take your tornado precautions, because this particular cell is going to move quickly into parts of northwestern Franklin County and southwestern Colbert County. And that's going to happen here very quickly. These storms racing off to the north and east at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. There is the velocity. This is looking at the wind in the storm. And when you see this red and green very close together, and you can almost see the spin as we lapse that, you could see the spin on this tornado as it continues to push north and east. And again, we're going just north of Fulton. This has gone right through Tupelo, and we know for a fact that there's probably going to be some damage reports coming out of Tupelo here shortly. We're putting a track on this as it moves north and east. Here's the two communities that we're talking about right now, and this is in the next 20 minutes. Belmont and Red Bay. If you live in Belmont and Red Bay, no current tornado warning. However, this warning will probably be extended pretty quickly into parts of northwest Alabama. Here's some other areas that will be impacted by this storm, even if there is no tornado warning with it. We're talking Pleasant Site at 29 minutes, Burntout at 29 minutes, Dempsey 34, Belgreen 39, 45 minutes, Isbell, Russellville anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes, and Littleville at about 53 minutes. So this is going to be a very serious storm, very serious situation. I can't emphasize enough the fact that you need to be ready to take your tornado precautions there in northwest Alabama. There has been a high risk issued for the area of Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin County down into Cherokee by the Storm Prediction Center. And that means that there is a very high threat for large, long-track tornadoes, and it's because of storms just like this. If we could zoom out just a little bit, we can kind of give you a broader view of this storm, and you can see most of North Alabama and southern Tennessee quiet right now. So if you're in Huntsville and you're watching us and wondering why we're on for these storms that are starting to push in to northwest Alabama. We're fine here in Huntsville right now. Everything's fine east of I-65. But if you're west of I-65, if you live in Phil Campbell, Russellville, Littleville, Tuscumbia, Florence, up toward Iuka, Mississippi, over there into parts of Tishomingo County, and then stretching down to the south, this is the area that we'll continue to watch for the potential of a possible tornado on the ground. And again, the very southern end of this is our area of most concern. This is all going to hit just north of Hamilton. Red Bay, you're right in line for this storm. And I know a lot of folks there that live in the town of Red Bay. So if you live in Red Bay, we're going to give you about a 15-20 minute heads up right now, okay? No tornado warning, but it doesn't matter. I want you to go ahead and start finding your safe place as this storm approaches, because I think that this storm, even if it doesn't have a tornado on the ground, it will show signs of rotation as it moves into your community and really any of the areas right around Red Bay. If you live up toward Minot, if you live over toward Russellville, these areas are going to be impacted within the next 20 to 40 minutes. Very heavy rain. We're talking intense lightning, damaging wind possible with these storms, and even the potential for some hail. So all different modes of severe weather possible as this storm pushes off to the east. And what we're looking at there, and Ari's pointing it out, this is probably, and I didn't look at where the hook was a second ago, but I'm assuming, yep, that's it. That's definitely debris. Okay, This right here, this is a tool that one of the newest tools of dual pole radar. And this is what we call the correlation coefficient. It's actually looking at what's flying around in the atmosphere in the upper levels, and it's showing debris. This blue area is definitely debris from the tornado. So that means that there's a 99% chance that there is something on the ground here producing damage, and it's moving north and east toward Belmont. It looks like right now, if this takes this same track, it's going to end up somewhere between Red Bay and Belmont. And again, here we go. This is, now where is this from?
North Tupelo.
Okay, this is from North Tupelo. I want to show you, this is something that Isaac just found. This is damage. These are power poles down. This is actually evidence, on the ground evidence of a tornado that has moved through Tupelo. Do we know where this is at in Tupelo, Isaac? Okay, they're discussing stuff right now. Do you know where this is at in Tupelo?
It just says North Tupelo.
Okay, so this is the north side of Tupelo. Let's go back to radar because this is a very serious situation, okay? If you live in northwest Alabama, if you live in Red Bay, Belmont, or Vina, any of these three areas, go ahead and take your tornado precautions now, especially if you live in Belmont. And there it is. There's the new tornado warning just issued that does include Red Bay. It includes Belmont. It does not include Vina. This is going to go just to your north. This storm is going to track northeast. Let's get a little bit wider view so we can see some of the areas that will be impacted. Minot, you're definitely in line for this. You're right in the center of the possible tornado warning area. So we're looking at this area that includes Minot. It's just on the edge of Russellville. Littleville, you're just outside of it. Tuscumbia, you're just outside of it right now. But some of the areas of impact, and Ari's putting a track on this right now, and he's going to include some of the cities there. And this is the storm track. We're talking Belmont in 14 minutes. And there we go. Red Bay in 16 minutes. Pleasant Site 24 minutes, Minot 28 minutes, Red Rock 40 minutes, Crooked Oak 41, Russellville 43, Littleville in 49 minutes. So this is actually a tornado emergency. Let's go ahead and call this what it is, a tornado emergency for the folks that live in Red Bay. And if you live in Minot, we do not use that wording very often, but there is a very good indication on radar and by what we've seen in Tupelo that a tornado is on the ground producing damage. We don't know how large it is. We don't know how fast the wind speeds are at this point, but what we do know is that you need to take your tornado precautions. So if you live in Minot or Red Bay, here's what I want you to do. Go to your safe place in your house. Go to the center of the home. Go to a bathroom. If you can get in the bathtub and put stuff on top of you. If you have some type of bike helmet or some type of helmet, go ahead and put that on. I want you to stay in the center of the house. If you have a basement or a storm shelter, head there now. You need to go to your safe place immediately as this storm moves in. Again, I don't want folks to panic on this, but I do want you to understand the seriousness of the situation as this storm is very likely producing a tornado, and it's making a direct path toward Minot and then down toward Red Bay. This will probably pass just north of Red Bay, so on the north side of town there. And if this holds together, it's heading for Tuscumbia and Florence. So you folks need to stay weather alert there in the city of Florence because this storm is likely not going to decrease in intensity anytime soon. These storms today have a potential to go 70 or 80 miles with tornado warnings along them. And again, there's the storm threat areas, so find your community if you're there in northwest Alabama. We're watching for you right now here on Way 31 for the potential for damaging winds and possibly a large tornado moving into your area. Of course, we're going to follow the reports as this storm goes along. We're watching each scan on the radar to see if the storm is increasing or decreasing in intensity. There's the reflectivity. We have a few little cells developing out ahead of it right now. Nothing looks bad with those, but what we're watching is the storm coming out of Tupelo. And again, what we're looking at now, I can still see the area of possible debris, but it looks like it's weakening some. So what will happen is the debris will fall through the sky, it will fall out of the storm, And then as it falls out, if the storm doesn't continue to produce damage, that signature will actually disappear. But there's still a very good sign of rotation. Ari's drawing it on the map right now. North of Fulton, this is actually going to be very close to the Franklin County, Colbert County line. So if you live along the county line there that intersects into Mississippi, here's Tishomingo. This is very close to Tishomingo, probably just to your south. We're talking right across Belmont, Pleasant Site, Minot, just to the north of Red Bay. If we could, I know that this is a pretty rural area, but let's see if we can label some of the streets here and show you some of the actual intersections, some of the areas that will be impacted by this particular storm. And again, we're zooming in to northwest Alabama, and you can see some of the areas. This is the Natchez Trace Parkway, so this is actually going to be very close to the Natchez Trace Parkway. We're talking about State Highway 25. So if you live along State Highway 25, and I know folks there in northeast Mississippi rather, you do actually, some of you can get us on the air, and so I want you to be taking your tornado precautions. Here's US Highway 72 to the north heading toward Cherokee, and again this is heading out of Tuscumbia. We're looking at State Highway 247. So if you live between State Highway 247 and then over toward the Natchez Trace Parkway, definitely take your tornado precautions now. This is the time to go. You've got ample warning time before this storm hits your area. Right now, it's moving quickly, so we're getting these updates from the National Weather Service radar, which only come in about every 5 minutes down there from Columbus, Mississippi. So that means that this storm will move pretty quick every 5 minutes, and as we get more updates, it will come closer and closer to you. So here's the circulation. It's just due west of Red Bay right now. Due west of Red Bay, and again, there's the circulation showing up very well on velocity. This is what we look at to see the turning of the wind. There's the next image showing it, and we'll probably look. Yep. Let's see if it.
That one hasn't updated.
Yeah.
It'll update in a second.
Yeah, the debris signature hasn't updated quite yet. But this is what we're looking at. And I don't know if you want to throw up can you throw up the Barron button, Ari? And let's see what the BTI is on this storm as it pushes closer and closer to Alabama. And this is some of the best technology out there. This is provided by Barron. Look at that, 8.0 on the Barron button, on the BTI. So we're showing a BTI of 8.0. We're showing possible hail with this, severe hail, a good possibility, so we're talking large hail. And when you're talking an 8.0, to give you an idea, that scale is 1 to 10. Usually when we see 1, 2, or 3, that's on the lower end of the scale. So when you start to see 7, 8, 9, and 10, those are typically situations where we've had reports of tornadoes on the ground. And this is a very good indication. And look what Ari's pointing to right now. Talking 100-mile-per-hour winds being indicated by the Barron button, possible quarter-size to egg-size hail on either end of this storm. So some fairly large hail that will push through as it tracks off to the north and to the east. And again, we're looking at Minot. Right now, if you're in Minot, I hope you're taking your tornado precautions, because I have a good feeling this is going to clip. This is basically going to clip the extreme northwest side of Franklin County and then push right in to southwestern sections of Colbert County. Man, that's the latest image, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's the latest image right now. What if you could put what road is that? What highway? Or let's see where we're at here in Mississippi. Yeah, that's the Natchez Trace. So that's a pretty heavily traveled highway. So if there's folks out there on the Natchez Trace, I hope that they're pulling over or trying to seek shelter. You do not want to be in your car when a storm like this. This is actually going to parallel the Natchez Trace Parkway. It's going to cross over State Highway 25 and then push right in to northwest Alabama. So the tornado showing up very well on radar right now. That's, again, what we're looking at here, folks, is we're looking at the debris. We're looking at what this storm is showing us aloft, and this is a good indicator. Look at all the lightning in this. 834 strikes. Also, we've had research that indicates that lightning is a good indicator when you have this much lightning or a cluster of lightning, good indicator that a tornado is possible. So again, this area is coming out of northeast Mississippi into parts of northwest Alabama. Okay, and we have some storm damage pics in Tupelo. Let's go ahead and show those real quick. I want to show you those. And I don't know a lot. We're just getting these in about these pictures. These are, I think, on the north side of Tupelo. And that is significant structural damage. We're talking significant. Walls down, power lines down. Looks like some of those structures completely destroyed. There's the power lines. You can see them all twisted with the storm. And the reason we're showing you this right now is because we want you to know that this storm has the capability of producing damage, and we want to give folks as much heads up as we can. What's good about the situation we're in right now is we're able to give you a much higher warning time, so a much higher lead time on this storm. We've been with you here for the last 10 minutes, and it looks like this storm will continue to track northeast, and we could give you up to 20 or 25 minutes. Isaac has some information as we go back to radar. Go ahead.
Yes, Spencer. So the National Weather Service in Memphis is tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Storm spotters are continuing to watch this storm, and it is looking like it's going to be near the Sandy Springs community. Now, this is back in Mississippi, or about 14 miles north of the Fulton community. You can see that on the fast track radar there. 14 miles due north of Fulton, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So again, Spencer, I just wanted to let you know that storm spotters are continuing to track. The tornado is still on the ground as of about 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Okay, thanks a lot. And again, so we have confirmed reports of the tornado. We have pictures of the tornado. This is about as good as it gets as far as getting information on the storm, and that's what I'm talking about. We're getting as much information as possible to provide you as much early warning as possible. And so you folks over there in Pleasant Site, Minot, I know the folks there in northwest Alabama are watching and waiting for this storm to arrive. If you're listening to us, maybe you have your TV turned up, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to turn your television up, and I want you to be in your safe place and continue to listen as the storm approaches so we can kind of walk you through how close the storm is. Man, that is Ari, that's an impressive debris signature, isn't it?
I would have to say it's been on the ground for a while, so this is just really very indicative of a long track violent tornado. It's a little bit tough to see the hook echo right now. That's kind of, not as pronounced as it was a little bit earlier, but this guy's just right along, if not just south of the Natchez Trace Parkway, headed towards State Highway 25. So again, this is going to be moving toward Belmont. North side of Red Bay, it appears at this point, right toward Pleasant Site. It's pretty much on a beeline toward Belmont and Pleasant Site. So if you live in southern Tishomingo County near Belmont right now, I mean, you're literally about, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes away at most from this storm. Pleasant Site, probably about 10 to 15 minutes at most, so you've got some time. Please make sure you get in your tornado shelter right now. This is not the type of situation where Weather Service is just picking up a little rotation in a storm and they're issuing a tornado warning. This tornado is confirmed on the ground. It's large, extremely dangerous, and we absolutely have to take it seriously.
All right, so we're continuing to track this storm. I was just checking the National Weather Service web chat and looking at some other information here. And I tell you what, this is one of those times where you do not want to wait around. You want to go ahead and go to your safe place right now, because this storm, again, it will pass just to the north of Belmont. And what we're looking at here, let's go ahead and label these streets. Here's Tishomingo, and this is in Tishomingo County. This area right here, State Highway 25, and again, I think that's still the Natchez Trace Parkway. Okay, so State Highway 25, Natchez Trace Parkway. This is going to continue to move toward northwestern sections of Franklin County. Now, if you're in Russellville, I don't think this storm, or at least this particular portion of the storm, is going to affect you. So that's, I can tell you folks right now, you're not going to be included in this part. Now, there may be more rotation that comes into the vicinity of Russellville there in northern sections or northeastern sections. Phil Campbell, this part of the storm is going to pass to your north, but there's still more storms down to your south. And again, we're putting a track on this storm as it pushes into, slowly pushes into northwestern sections of Alabama. And here's where we're looking at 5 minutes now. So we've gone from 15, 20 down to 5 minutes in Belmont, 15 minutes Pleasant Sight, 20 minutes in Minot. And again, these areas, we're trying to give you as much warning. Some of these areas, we're telling you up to 40 and 45 minutes, like Tuscumbia. This storm, although there's not a warning in Tuscumbia, you've got a 45-minute heads up to get ready for this storm if you're in Tuscumbia. If it still holds together, if we still have the potential for a tornado with this storm as it pushes north and east, then you want to go ahead and be prepared to take get to your safe place, really, is what we need to do. So again, we're going north of Red Bay, south of Minot, up toward Cherokee, pushing north and east, and this storm's moving about 40 to 50 miles per hour. So it's moving fairly quickly, but again, it continues to push through Mississippi right now. The tornado warning continues for Cherokee, Minot, and down toward Red Bay as well. And there's some of the other areas that will be impacted. Smithsonian, 35 minutes, Red Rock, 32. Minot, now you're down to 18 minutes, now 4 minutes. And really and truly, Belmont, this is probably right on you as we speak, because we have a little bit of a delay from the radar. Any new information coming in over there?
Not really seeing too much. The Weather Service just confirming that the tornado did cycle, the rotations picked up again, and the debris balls returned on radar, which of course we've been tracking the whole time, and we can see that very clearly. It's that blue dot. If you're just joining us, not every day you see this, but you know, new technology that we have with radar. We don't need to look at all these velocities. We don't need to look at the reflectivities. This basically just tells you that big blue dot right there, that is where there is a tornado in progress right now. It's on the ground. It's gone through Tupelo. It's caused major damage in Tupelo. It's a long track, violent tornado, and it is headed toward western portions of Colbert County and Franklin County. So again, this is not just a radar-based warning. This is a tornado that has been on the ground for a while, and it is still on the ground. And we can confirm that with radar. So let me give you a couple cities here. I've kind of adjusted things to get more of these spots here in southern Tishomingo County. Places like Belmont, again, as Spencer mentioned, probably basically on top of you guys right now. So please be in your tornado shelter. Dennis, Bloody Springs within the next 10 minutes. Pogo, Mingo within the next 10 minutes. Pleasant Sight, you guys are about 13 minutes away. Same deal in Burnstown, Maud. White Oak, you guys about 17 minutes away. Minot about 17 minutes. Look at that. There's a new scan. Debris ball is still right there. So again, radar continues to confirm a long track violent tornado that is still on the ground right now. If you live in Pleasant Grove, Rock Creek, Barton, 20 to 30 minutes for you guys, so you've still got some time. Again, make sure you know where your tornado shelter is. If you don't have a storm shelter, if you don't have a basement, it's going to be the lowest level of your house, closest to the center. Again, this is one we really have to take seriously because it is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Red Rock, about half an hour, and up in Smithsonian, about 33 minutes, probably about 40 minutes for Tuscumbia if this guy stays on the ground. But judging on the history of the storm, I really wouldn't be too surprised at this point if it does, Spencer.
All right, we're continuing. We're going to stay on the air with you here on Way 31 through the rest of the afternoon until these tornado warnings expire. We're in wall-to-wall coverage as we now approach 3:30 in the afternoon. This 3:30 afternoon on a Monday, and this whole system expected to produce possible damaging winds and tornadoes, and that's exactly what we're looking at out there right now. I'm actually been looking at Facebook and Twitter to find out some of the reports, and so far no reports. Again, we don't have a whole lot of spotters out there in northeast Mississippi. I know Brett Adair is one of our spotters. He's going to be out there, and we'll probably go to him live a little later on some of these storms. Okay, is this Brett Adair right now? Okay, so we do have him. He is, and do we know where he's at right now? Okay, Brett Adair is a storm chaser for Way 31. He is close to Tupelo right now, and he likely is traveling, trying to catch up with that system, that storm that's producing the tornado in northeast Mississippi that's about to head into northeast, or northwest rather, Alabama. So we're going to touch base. You can see an overcast sky there. Nothing that looks too threatening right now where he's at. We might try to get a phoner with him here shortly if we can, and see if we can find out what he's seeing there in northern Mississippi. But certainly a dangerous situation for the folks in Tupelo and the folks there in extreme northeastern Mississippi. Here's a look, and right now what we're showing you, we'll keep an eye on his video. That's Brett Adair's videos. He's driving to these storms, and we also have radar on right now. We're tracking the storm system. And again, what we're looking at is the storm's getting very close to Minot and very close to the state line there at as you cross over from Mississippi into Alabama. And there's the long list of areas of communities, and we have the list of communities, the smaller communities, the larger communities. We try to have everyone included here. So we're looking at Bloody Spring, 7 minutes, Pogo in 7 minutes, Pleasant Sight 9 minutes, Burnstown in 10 minutes. It looks like White Oak 14 minutes, Minot 14 minutes, Pleasant Grove 20 minutes, and Red Rock 27 minutes. And again, the folks that live in Colbert or Lauderdale County, if you live up toward Florence or even on the north side, you need to start preparing now to take your tornado precautions. You've got plenty of time to go to your safe place. And even though you're not under a tornado warning, I want you to be prepared to go there very soon. So here's a look at the radar. We're looking at the reflectivity. Again, Ari is controlling the radar. Isaac updating all of the web. So if you need more information and you can't get us on Way 31, of course, or let's say your power goes out, you're looking on your phone, you can go to waytv.com, and we'll have information on the weather section of the website, also on our Tennessee Valley weather blog. That's all there on the website, so be sure and go to waytv.com if you can't get us on television if your power goes out there in northwest Alabama. Again, we're looking at the tornado warning box that includes now northwestern sections of Franklin, also includes portions of Colbert County, Cherokee, Minot, Red Bay, all under the gun right now for the potential for a tornado. We can still see the circulation there. Ari just circled it, and still looks pretty significant. Man, this thing is not letting up at this point. We still have an indication of debris in the upper levels of this storm system. How high is that, Ari? Can you tell?
I can check it on another tool here in a minute, but you know, when it was going through Tupelo, it was kicking up debris about 15,000 feet in the air for sure. So I don't know if it's still that high, but you know, just seeing that blue dot, we still know that there is definitely a tornado on the ground in progress right now.
And this is technology that just a few years ago we didn't know how to. We didn't have it actually. We just didn't have the technology to be able to do this 5-10 years ago. Now we've got the ability to actually track the debris with these storms, and that gives us a better indication that not only is it radar indicated, but that there's likely a tornado on the ground. Of course, I'm sure there are spotters out there. And again, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The good news is it's not nighttime, so we can still see these storms. But if these storms linger into the evening and overnight hours, that could also be a major issue because you can't see these storms coming at night. Again, we're looking at a fairly large area of debris, and this is heading right toward Minot. If you have not taken your tornado precautions right now in Minot, I highly urge you to, okay? And I want you to know, and a lot of kids were let out of school early today. In fact, at this time, a lot of kids would be getting out of school. Most schools let out early today for the potential for severe weather. If you're at home and if you're a kid at home right now, if you're a teenager and say mom and dad are not with you yet or they're not home from work, I want you to go ahead and go into your safe place there in western sections, northwest Alabama, because you need to be in a bathroom, maybe in a tub, center of your home, away from windows. Go to a basement. If you have a storm shelter, go there. Go to the lowest level of your house, if possible. If you're in a vehicle or if you're thinking of going somewhere in the next little bit, I would just stay where you're at. Don't go anywhere. Don't get on the road. This would be way too dangerous to be out on the roads right now, especially State Highway 247, Natchez Trace Parkway. Man, this is paralleling now, and you're seeing the debris right over the Natchez Trace. This concerns me because most of these storms we've seen go directly across big highways, but to see them actually go along and parallel of the Natchez Trace Parkway, which is a fairly significant, fairly traveled highway, I hope that the folks there, and if you know anybody in these areas, tell them to stay home. Tell them not to get out on the roads between Cherokee, Minot, and Red Bay. These areas, this storm is now moving very close to you along State Highway 24 and the Natchez Trace Parkway. Highway 72 coming out of Tuscumbia. You folks need to take your tornado precautions right now. Cherokee, you're in the warning as well. This is going to go just south of Iuka, Mississippi. It's moving northeast, and let's actually zoom out a little bit because I want to show you some of the areas that could be impacted here down the road in the next 45 minutes or so. We're looking at Tuscumbia and Florence. So those are the areas, very highly populated area of northwest Alabama. Okay, this is one of the bigger cities in North Alabama, and if this holds together, if we put a line on this, it would take us right into Tuscumbia, Muscle Shoals, and the south side of Florence. And this could be a very dangerous situation, folks. So if you're in Florence, if you're in Tuscumbia, I want you to know where you need to go right now. You need to go ahead and have a place to go. You're not under the warning, doesn't matter, because this storm is still producing what looks like debris aloft, and that means there's still possibly a tornado on the ground. So you folks there, Tuscumbia, Florence, and Petersville, go ahead and take your tornado precautions immediately. Go ahead and head to your safe place. Stay there until the storm is past, and we'll let you know. You can turn your television up, and we'll stay with you through the entire event. But I want you to go to an interior closet, an interior bathroom, head to, if you can, a basement, a storm shelter. If you have an outdoor, some folks have those outdoor storm shelters that's in the ground, go ahead and head there now. So that's what I want you to do. Ari, you guys seeing anything else?
Let's see. Haven't seen anything else on Weather Service chat, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check it once again. Yeah, nothing new. I mean, basically, everything we need to see is right there on the radar. We've got that big blue dot, just a big area of debris that's flying around. I did actually just check some of the heights on the debris. It's getting thrown up still to about 10,000 to 12,000 feet up in the air, so maybe not quite as high as when it was in Tupelo, but you know, that's not the most important thing for sure. What we do know right now is that there is still a tornado in progress on the ground right now in southern Tishomingo County. Okay, this is coming up into an area where there's kind of an intersection of a lot of the major roads down here. Let me just get you some of these roads. I think this is State Highway 25 over here, yep. And then you've got also State Highway 4 and the Natchez Trace Parkway. So kind of where all those intersect, or they're all very close to each other, near Belmont right now. That's where that tornado is. And here comes a new scan. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at it here. And you can see it's not quite as pronounced as it was. Let me double check some of the velocities here. And you can see the velocities actually don't look quite as impressive. So this is actually a really good thing to see. We still can't be sure at this point whether there's a tornado on the ground or not. Sometimes what can happen with these debris signatures is the tornado can lift, but there's still a lot of debris flying around and it's still moving in the same direction that the tornado was moving. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this tornado is lifted, but keep in mind this is also a cycling storm. It has dropped a tornado at a point not too long ago, and then it lifted, and then we had one drop a little bit after that. So it's kind of a cycling storm. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of, starting to cycle down a little bit, but it may cycle up again a little bit as well. Do you have anything over there?
No, I just, there was another, there's a separate storm. If we can zoom out fast track just a little bit, there's another storm in southeastern Lee County, now into Chickasaw County. You see that next southeast of Tupelo there. That storm right there, while it doesn't have a confirmed tornado, storm spotters are watching it closely. And as of about 9 minutes ago, that storm was also producing at least a rotating wall cloud. So a very dangerous situation as well as we move towards Minot. But then as we head back towards southeastern Lee County into the southern portions of Chickasaw County there south of Fulton, you can see that radar signature looking a little suspicious as well. So that's going to continue tracking towards the north and east. And places like Phil Campbell, you might be impacted here in about the next 45 minutes to an hour as that storm continues to move off towards the north and east at about 50 miles per hour. Spencer?
Yeah, so this storm continues to track out of Itawamba County and into Tishomingo and eventually into northwest Alabama. And again, we're looking at this storm pushing into now. A lot of the storm has actually pushed into northwest Alabama, so you're certainly seeing a lot of thunder and lightning. And I think we've actually turned the lightning off, but there it is. There's a ton of lightning with this. 700 strikes just with this cluster right here that's moving northeast. So Florence, Tuscumbia, you're probably seeing it. In fact, our Florence tower cam, and I don't know if you guys can pull that up over there. I actually put it in the sequence not far from where we're at in the show here. But we might want to take a look. There's our Florence tower cam. Let's see if we can zoom around. And that is looking south and southwest, I believe. That's along Cox Creek Parkway. We're looking south and southwest. If we could turn the camera over more to the west, we'll probably start to see the cloud-to-ground lightning strikes with this storm as it's pushing into Florence. A lot of folks will be traveling. It's 3:45 in the afternoon on a Monday. A lot of folks heading home from work if they didn't leave early. The folks there in Florence, I want you to go ahead and be prepared to stay off the road, go to your safe place as this storm approaches. As Ari said, there has been some weakening, and that's a good sign, but this could always ramp back up, and we certainly, that's probably going to be the best view down there to the south and west. You can see some sunshine actually breaking out in between those. That's not a good sign at all. But right now we're taking a look, we're just scanning the skies, and here's the thing, these storms today are going to be rain wrapped, so that means very difficult to see a tornado if there is one there in that storm. And so we'll keep an eye on the Florence tower cam. Again, we're just zooming around. You can probably go back to where we were at there, and we'll just keep an eye on that as this storm approaches here into portions of northwest Alabama. Again, we were looking here from Florence and looking off to the south and west, so we were actually seeing this part of the storm, and tons of lightning with this storm. It's moving now into Cherokee, Minot, right on top of you. Let's take a look at the velocity one more time, Ari, and see what it doesn't look as bad now.
Yeah, it appears to have kind of died down a little bit. It died down very quickly. I mean, let me just show you this and throw on the laps. And just so you can see, intense, and then just nothing out of nowhere. It just kind of died down. Now, I mentioned this earlier. I think what we're seeing here is probably still some debris flying around in the sky.
Yep.
The tornado is most likely lifted at this point, but again, it's kind of a cycling storm, so we still need you in your tornado shelter in Minot and some of the aforementioned places. I'll throw a storm track on this here in just a sec as well.
Yeah, that's the area that we're looking at that he circled, and that's the sign of what was a very intense storm. When you still see debris aloft, and the tornado is likely not there anymore, and that's the latest scan. It's now, so in Minot, you might actually see some of this debris falling down on you.
Yep.
It wouldn't be surprised if there was pieces of paper, pieces of wood, any of that falling down on you from the tornado damage it did in Mississippi. Okay, we have Rachel right now on the phone with us here, one of our Way 31 photographers. Rachel, what are you seeing out there?
Well, actually, Spencer, I am taking cover in the Colbert County EMA office along with almost 100 residents who have came to the basement of the EMA office, and it's so crowded that they're actually opening up the Colbert County Courthouse, which is across the street. They're opening up the Water Street entrance so people can start taking cover there, and they're moving some of the people over there. And right now I'm just in the basement taking cover. Colbert County EMA officials are tracking the storms with first responders and storm spotters, and just sitting here watching and waiting.
All right, well, you guys stay safe there, and of course the good news for you folks is that this storm has weakened with the rotation, but there's still very intense lightning, very intense rainfall pushing into your area, so just stay there until the storm passes, and then you can come out and make sure there's no damage. But right now, the threat has lessened significantly there in northwest Alabama. This tornado warning, what time does this tornado warning go till, guys?
4.
Okay, so we've got about 15 minutes that this tornado warning will continue there in northwest Alabama, but again, we're not seeing as much. And Ari, are we looking at the
This is the Barron button, and the reason I pulled this up is because we just got a new warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, actually. This is not a tornado warning, but it's for a little cell, and I'm going to show you the laps here, and just kind of watch southwest of Russellville. There's a cell moving from southwest to north and east, and this one's likely going to have some pretty big hail in it, okay? So if you live on the west side of Russellville, get ready for that. Let me just show you what some of this is showing as far as the possibility for hail there. So, you know, our Barron button's picking up possibly egg-sized hail. Let me get a couple more here. You know, we've got ping pong ball-sized hail, maybe some egg-sized, some quarter-sized in there as well. So again, that's probably going to be the main threat with that storm. I can double-check the velocities here and just kind of make sure that we don't have any rotation there that's too intense. Doesn't look too bad right now, so again, it looks like they're just warning that one for hail and possibly some wind gusts over 60 miles an hour there as well, Spencer.
Okay, so here's what we're looking at. We're still tracking a line of severe thunderstorms pushing into northwest Alabama. And again, they're probably going to go with severe thunderstorm warnings until we start to see signs of potential tornado. But again, right now, no sign of major or significant rotation like what we saw earlier. Let's zoom out a little bit and show folks what we're looking at. Okay, before we do that, Brett Adair, who is our storm chaser, who's been in North Mississippi, is on the phone with us right now. Brett, what have you been seeing, and where are you located?
Hi, Spencer. Right now, I am approaching Starkville, Mississippi. At the moment, we were up close to Tupelo earlier, and when that tornado went through the area, we had a couple colleagues that were in that region too, and said that the west and north side of Tupelo was hit fairly hard, and that there was a lot of significant damage. 18-wheelers rolled on the interstate, and that's basically been the tone of the day. There are several dangerous supercells that are in East Mississippi, and we're trying to do a couple of intercepts now.
Okay, so you guys are down there in Starkville. You're actually heading toward the southernmost end of these storms where likely it could be stronger. You're in more of the center part of the high risk, is that right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We're targeting a cell that's moving out of the French Camp, Mississippi area. It's going to run up towards Starkville and cross US 82 and then eventually enter west central Alabama.
So the folks, I'm a Mississippi State graduate, and the folks down there at Mississippi State University probably taking shelter as these storms approach. They look very intense. They're actually supercell thunderstorms. The one moving into northwest Alabama is becoming more of a line right now, more linear. But those storms look very intense down there, so stay safe and let us know. Are you guys seeing anything yet? I'm looking at your picture, and it looks like just an overcast sky right now.
Yeah, it's just an overcast area. We're pretty much in the stratiform overcast ahead of the supercell at the moment. As we head west over the next 20 to 30 minutes or so, we should have a very good visual of this thing from a pretty up close perspective.
Okay, and are you going to follow these storms into central and north central Alabama as they move east this evening?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be out for most of the evening, if not most of the night, following these things across our area.
Okay, well, we'll check back in with you. Appreciate the information. We'll check back in with you later as these storms move east. That was Brett Adair there in eastern and northeastern Mississippi. He's actually down there and toward Columbus, Starkville, where Mississippi State is located, and he's tracking what looks to be right now the most powerful storms of the bunch, but we're still tracking these storms, and I think the tornado warning will probably be allowed to expire here shortly unless we start to see some rotation, although watching what looks like maybe a little bit of rotation in some of these storms, but nothing truly significant at this time. What are you seeing, Ari?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing that you're seeing. I mean, you can see there's not much that sticks out like a sore thumb in that tornado warning, so I would imagine they're probably going to let that expire pretty soon. So, boy, we lucked out. Places like Minot, Cherokee. I mean, boy, not too long ago we were watching a confirmed large tornado on the ground. Amazing how fast that rotation dissipated. Let me just show you this lapse again. This is unbelievable to watch. You'll see it, trust me. You see that? I mean, that's unbelievable how quickly it died down. And again, Spencer mentioned, you don't be surprised if you see a little debris falling from the sky in Minot, even though you likely won't have the tornado. Tornado warning is probably going to be canceled here pretty soon. But again, we're watching a little bit of a rotation kind of developing on the southwest side of Russellville with this new storm. So we'll watch this one closely. Right now, there are no indications that it is producing a tornado, but what this storm is producing is likely some pretty large hail. You can see a pretty intense precipitation core there. And let me just, here's another nice little product. It basically just tells us what type of precipitation is falling. Where you see the green, that's rain. Where you see red, that's likely hail. So this is a pretty solid little hail core here on the west side of Russellville. And so that's going to be likely over quarter size. Could be up to ping pong ball sized, I'd say, in some spots. And we talked about this morning. You know, hail was going to be an issue today. And we'll probably have some pretty gusty winds in that storm as well, likely on the order of 60 miles an hour in some spots.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate what Ari was saying, that this storm that is now pushing through parts of Colbert and Lauderdale County, I mean, we can really count our blessings on this one, because this storm had the potential, and it still does, and it could regroup. But right now, that tornado threat has weakened significantly. So you folks that are in your safe place right now, remember I was talking to the folks in Tuscumbia, Florence, Cherokee, Minot, down toward Russellville, Littleville. You folks still need to stay where you're at, but the good news is that the rotation has weakened so much that the threat for a large tornado as of right now is almost zero. And that's so good, because this could have been a really bad situation. Now, we can't let our guard down just because this storm has weakened, because more storms are going to develop as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Let's get a better look at the reflectivity and kind of just zoom out a little bit from this system as it pushes into northwest Alabama. Almost, in a way, this almost looks like it's trying to develop some type of bow echo as these storms kind of cluster together and push northeast. And so we're talking Florence, you're going to see probably 30, 40, 50 mile per hour winds if you aren't already. Russellville, the same thing, a ton of lightning. Stay inside, stay away from windows. That lightning is going to be very intense. And again, this is going to push toward the Tennessee-Alabama state line here soon. So if you live in parts of northeastern Lauderdale County, you certainly want to just be weather alert. So in these areas of northwest Alabama, stay weather alert as these storms push into your region, and these storms extend all the way back, still storming in Tupelo at this time, and just north and west of Hamilton. Again, all tracking off to the north and to the east. Now, right now, and let's show you real quick, this is North Alabama, southern Tennessee, kind of the broader view of all this, and there is nothing going on right now. If you're Huntsville east of I-65, all quiet. So everything's fine. If you're in, we get a lot of questions, is it going to be bad in say, Scottsboro or Fort Payne? Well, you're fine right now. These storms are still well to your west. What you need to do is just stay weather alert. What we're looking at, though, is a trailing line of storms all the way back down to the north side of Jackson, and this whole area is going to slowly move into northern Alabama over the next few hours. There will likely be more tornado warnings issued as it does. So we're about 5 to 10 minutes out from our 4 o'clock newscast as of right now. And let's see, has this warning expired yet, Ari?
No, it looks like they're probably just going to let it go for a little bit longer, but we just got in a flash flood warning that basically encompasses a humongous chunk of northwest Alabama. You see that blue box there?
Yeah.
It's just about all of Franklin County. It's a huge chunk of Colbert County with the exception of the far eastern chunk of the county, and then it's about half of Lauderdale County. So just kind of a big old vertical rectangle there in northwest Alabama. Flash flood warning that's going to be in effect until 6:45 tonight. So again, just a tremendous amount of rain that is, I think what they're doing with this one is actually preemptively putting it up. Because, yeah, you've gotten a pretty decent amount of rain, had some showers this morning, getting some heavy rain now, but if you just look off toward the south and west, I mean, you've got so much rain coming in over the next several hours, so this is a good move by the Weather Service here. There will likely be flash flooding with this system, and a lot of areas are going to be dealing with it over the next several hours.
Yeah, so flash flood warning continues for those areas of northwest Alabama. I believe we have some damage pictures and damaged photos from Mississippi, and I want to see if we can take a look. Look at that. That's from @CharlesLoring on Twitter, and wow, impressive shots there. That's it looks like a tractor trailer turned over, and then we've got looks like a gas station. Actually, that's a garage place where they. Man, these are impressive pictures of the damage there in North Mississippi. Structures really taken apart, and you can see one, maybe two walls left standing on that particular building there. Lots of trees and power lines either bending over or actually just torn down completely. So quite a bit of damage, and we are so lucky that so far this has not happened in northwest Alabama, these storms falling apart. Now, this doesn't mean we won't see some minor damage, tree limbs, maybe a few power lines here or there due to gusty winds, but right now, the threat has decreased significantly. Uh-oh, there we go. That's another one now developing just south and west of Russellville. There is no tornado warning on this, but what's the, can you see what the shear level on this is? What are we looking at?
Let's see.
Okay, so this is the area we're talking about south and west of Russellville. This is Franklin County, Alabama.
Oh, we gotta, yeah, go ahead.
Right, yeah, the storm spotter, Jeff Petrowski, is looking at this storm, and he is reporting a funnel cloud near Russellville, just 2 miles to the south and west. So you can get, we might be seeing that storm cycle back up again, Spencer.
Yeah, that means that there's a potential right now for the folks in Russellville that you might need to take shelter here pretty quick if this storm, and these storms will spin up quickly. So the tornado threat will be there within a couple of minutes. So we're going to watch this area very closely. There's not a tornado warning right now. The only tornado warning is up here in Cherokee and Minot, and it's going to expire. You folks, pretty much I can give you the all clear right now for the potential for a tornado. Now, you have a lot of storms up there, a lot of lightning, but not anything as far as the tornado threat is concerned. Now, look down here to the, that's looking pretty, okay, there it goes. So tornado warning now that will likely include Russellville, Littleville, and then moving off to the north and east of that. Let's zoom in and let's put a track on this and show you the areas of impact. Again, we don't know if there's a tornado on the ground.
I goofed up. It said they expired the tornado warning for Colbert. I thought that they issued a new one.
Well,
My fault on that.
Here's the deal. This is still pretty significant rotation showing up on radar. And if you live in Russellville, Littleville, or Isbell, I would probably go ahead and just stay in your safe place until this storm passes, because there is, the green is actually wind going toward the radar. We're looking at the Columbus NEXRAD. Red is going away. That's a pretty tight couplet. It's not strong, but it's tight. And so what we're looking at here, the red's going away, the green's going toward. You have a circulation. So we have a possible circulation, at least if nothing else, a funnel cloud heading toward Littleville, heading just past the north side of Russellville, and this will pass just to the north of Isbell, right around Crooked Oak, and in Littleville as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the reflectivity real quick. And there is a small, kind of a small bend or hook there. And so that's why we want to watch this area, because what will happen is the storm will actually start to circulate in this motion, and eventually you'll see some type of, if this becomes a strong tornado, you would see some type of debris signature here on the south side of that. So we're going to continue to watch this storm as it pushes to the north and to the east. And even though there's no tornado warnings, let me clarify right now, no tornado warnings in North Alabama or southern Tennessee. However, that may change if this storm continues to strengthen and push off to the north and to the east up toward Tuscumbia, and eventually pushing into portions of southern Lauderdale County. So,
Tornado warning For Colburn and Franklin counties, it goes until 4:30. They issued that for Russellville, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour.
Okay, so there's the tornado warning. So that's why we stayed on the air with you and didn't go away, because we knew that there would probably be a warning issued with this as it pushes north and east. Now, right now, this does not look as intense as what we saw back in Mississippi. That's good news. But it's still something that bears watching. Jeff Petrowski, one of the storm chasers that we know very well, very good storm chaser, has eyes on this storm right now, and he is seeing potential funnel cloud. So that means it's up in the clouds, but it has not reached the ground. If it's a tornado, it reaches the ground. Funnel cloud, that means you can see the actual spin in the atmosphere. And we have right now Brecken on the phone, one of our Way 31 reporters. Brecken, where are you at right now?
Right now, I'm on County Road 121 in Lawrence County, and we can see the front coming in right now. We can definitely hear that rumble of thunder in the distance and some more lightning flashes. And the clouds, they're just looking really ominous and slowly making their way towards here. And it just sounds booming, honestly. We can just hear it from miles away, and it's getting really close. We're probably about to go into storm shelter here pretty soon.
Yeah, and this is probably going to pass just to your north and west, but you guys need to again, be ready to go to your safe place as these storms approach. Right now, you're in the all clear as far as any kind of tornado development, but we'll check back in with you here soon. If you see something, be sure and let us know. That was Brecken in parts of Lawrence County, and that she's just to the east of this storm that's moving through Russellville. And again, right now, tornado warning continues and is pushing off toward Littleville. Here's all the areas that will be impacted here in the next little bit. So Littleville, 3 minutes. As you go over toward Colbert Heights, 7 minutes. Also Milk Springs, 7 minutes. Spring Valley, 9 minutes. Bellevue Height, 10 minutes. 12 minutes in Norolla Junction. And as you go down toward White Oak, 13 minutes. Muscle Shoals, 13 minutes. So if this holds together, it will clip Muscle Shoals and Tuscumbia, but I think for the most part this is heading due northeast toward Layton. So again, if we're looking at those areas, 15 minutes there, 17 minutes in Lister Hill, 2 minutes in Littleville. This is tracking to the north and to the east, and again, still looking like a pretty significant circulation with this storm as it now moves on the north side of Russellville. If you're in Russellville, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. So if you're in Russellville, Littleville, Crooked Oak, you folks go ahead and go to your interior room or hallway. Stay away from windows. Get to a bathroom. Get down in the tub. Put blankets or pillows on top of you. And certainly stay away from the windows. And don't try to go out and look at these storms as they come in, because that's where you can get caught in a bad spot. If it's right on top of you, you can't see it. These are typically rain wrapped here in the southeast, so we're talking about